There are more and more of the shops that are getting involved in this import from America, so ignore it, I suppose, at your peril. Certainly don't go out to the shops tomorrow if you don't want to be involved, because lordy, that way madness lies. But if you are going to do it and you're going to venture out, how do you make sure that you are safe by the end of the day, not only on person, but also with your money still in your wallet or your purse, what's left of it, your phone, all of these things then that could actually mean a very bleak day, a very Black Friday indeed, if you get home and find that for all your bargains you've ended up losing, your wallet, your purse, your phone or something else of great importance, your jewellery, whatever it might be. Now, an unlikely source of advice, possibly you'd think, but Richard Parsons got in touch, a local magician and somebody who can talk about sort of sleight of hand and pickpockets and the like, and he was giving us a warning then on Twitter saying that with Black Friday tomorrow, watch your wallet and your phone in crowds and cover your PIN. Hello, good morning to you, Richard.
Oh, hi, Anna, good morning.
It's lovely to speak to you.
You.
What's your opinion of Black Friday? I'm just intrigued before we get on to the nub of this. Would you get involved?
I think everyone loves a bargain, don't they? I think, the difficult situation is the massive rush when the doors open, isn't it? That's the sort of problem area when everyone's sort of running to grab something. But I think everyone likes to get something for a bargain, don't they? They
do, although I've got to say the whole point of, for me, of seeing that crowd of people would put me off before I start. But if you're going to get involved and if you just want to be part of this action, then your warning is that there are people out there, not very pleasant people, who are ready to take advantage.
Yeah, I think so. I think, as a magician and a pickpocket entertainer, obviously, when I'm doing it, I give everything back. Obviously, I'm a good pickpocket. But distraction thieves and pickpockets, they love crowds, Anna. So anywhere where there's a crowd, that's when people have got to be especially careful. Whether it's Black Friday tomorrow in the shops or just generally Christmas shopping as well. Because obviously we're being bumped and jostled by other people. And our awareness drops. As soon as there's a crowd of people, it's much more difficult to keep track of where your items are. So my advice would be, if people are going to queue up and go out tomorrow, take as little as you can with you. Have a plan. Perhaps don't even take your wallet. Just take one card that you're going to use as your payment card. That's what I would suggest.
So it's all about distraction, but I suppose it's also with a crowd. You can get that much closer to somebody, can't you? You can't normally get that close that you're physically body to body touching, but you can, I suppose, if you're in a crowd and you're up to no good.
Yeah, absolutely. So our radar drops, doesn't it? If somebody just walked up to us in the street and invaded our personal space, our alarm bells would ring straight away. But when we're queuing to get on a bus or going on a tube or stopping at a ticket barrier or in a shop, those are times when people are very close, but they're meant to be. So, our awareness drops and our guard drops. So those are the times to be extra careful where there's busy places, particularly in shops. And obviously, even if it's very early in the morning, people have got to be very careful. I see phones sticking out of pockets sometimes when I'm walking around. If you've got a bag, make sure you zip it up. They'll always go for the soft target. So, if you make it more difficult for people, for a distraction thief, they're more likely to target someone else.
It sounds like we're our own worst enemies. I mean, if you can walk along and you're the good guy because you only do it for entertainment and give it all back at the end. But could you see potentially opportunities everywhere you turn? Then?
Every day. I think specialising in pickpocketing, obviously, which I do at corporate events and things. But every day I can't help but notice, handbags that are unzipped, things sticking out. People typing in their card information, but they never cover their PIN. I always cover my PIN because, I can be distracted as well, but you're just making it that little bit more difficult. If somebody is looking over your shoulder, even in the shops tomorrow on Black Friday, if someone's looking over your shoulder, they see your PIN number, that automatically makes you a little bit more of a target because then, they might want to get your card. So, It's really just awareness and being careful. We don't want to make people paranoid or anything.
Sure, no, we're just trying to, forewarned.
Yeah.
But if somebody's got something in their back pocket, you do see like wallets and phones in back pockets now. I think that looks like a sitting target, and I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
But if you put something inside your pocket, inside your coat pocket or your jacket, you think, that's safe then because that's inside. But can you or somebody who's not you, but is the bad guy? Can they get in that as well? Can
yes,
they get really?
Absolutely. I mean, there's various.
How do they do that without you realising?
Well, there's various different techniques. I mean, I would basically say no pocket is totally safe. We can all be distracted at various times. With distraction thieves, what you've got to remember is they'll often work in gangs. So as an entertainer, it's normally just me, but criminals will work in gangs. So you might have one person blocking, somebody else might actually do the dipping. So that's another thing to be a little bit careful of. But no pocket is totally safe. We can all lose things, but obviously with the big phones these days and the big iPhones and things, they're quite often sticking above the pocket, aren't they? In the back pocket.
They're just shouting, "Take me," aren't they?
Yeah. A good rule of thumb is if you can get it out easily, so can someone else.
Good point. Thank you very much, Richard Parsons, then a magician, and he does it for fun, of course. The pickpocketing, and always gives everything back at the end. You do not want to be the one who's coming home from a very different experience.